Once upon a time, in a small village, hidden among the mountains, lived a young man named Marco. At 24, he was constantly restless. His mind was always full of thoughts, regrets from the past, worries about the future, fears that never stopped whispering. Because of this, Marco could neither sleep peacefully nor smile freely. Every day, he felt tired of his own thoughts, like being trapped in a storm that never ended. One day, he heard about a wise old man who lived far away in the hills. People said this man used to be a famous psychologist in the city. He had helped many find calmness and later moved to a quiet village to live close to nature. Some said that those who met him always returned home with peace in their hearts. The story gave Marco hope. He thought, maybe this man can teach me how to find peace. After a long and exhausting journey through forests and rocky paths, Marco reached the hill village. He found a small house covered in vines. On the porch sat an old man, eyes closed, face peaceful, as if time itself had slowed around him. Marco approached and spoke softly. "Grandfather, my mind is restless. I cannot stop thinking. I want peace. Can you help me?" The old man slowly opened his eyes and smiled. "You seek peace," he said gently. "Come with me. I will give you a small task." End quote. He filled a glass of water to the very top and handed it to Marco. "Walk from here to the end of the village and return without spilling a single drop." Marco looked surprised, but nodded. Holding the glass carefully, he started walking. The path was narrow and full of distractions, children playing, dogs barking, shopkeepers shouting. Yet Marco did not look around. His eyes stayed fixed on the glass, his steps slow and steady. Each breath matched his movement. The world around him faded away. After a while, he returned and proudly said, "Grandfather, I did it. Not a single drop was spilled." The old man smiled and asked, "That's good. But tell me, did you see the children playing or hear the dogs barking?" Marco shook his head. "No, I noticed nothing but the water." The old man nodded gently. "That is the secret. When your mind stays in the present, it becomes silent. You stop worrying about what has passed or fearing what is to come. For that moment, you were fully here, that is peace." Marco stood silently, letting the words sink in. He realized that peace wasn't something far away or hidden in the world. It was always inside him, waiting for his attention. When he stopped chasing the past and future, calmness appeared on its own. The evening sun dipped behind the hills, birds flew home, and golden light touched the ground. Marco bowed deeply. "Now I understand," he said. "Peace comes when my mind stays in this moment." The old man smiled, and Marco turned to leave. As he walked down the same path, everything felt different. He noticed the soft wind, the smell of earth, the sound of life all around. The world hadn't changed, but he had. His heart was quiet. For the first time in years, his thoughts no longer controlled him. From that day forward, Marco lived differently. Whenever his mind grew heavy, he remembered the glass of water. He would take a deep breath and focus on now. He discovered that peace doesn't mean life without noise or problems. It means staying calm in the middle of them. He began sharing his story with others in his village. People came to him with troubled minds, and he would say, "If you want to find peace, hold your glass steady. Focus only on this moment." Slowly, his story spread far and wide. They called it the lesson of the water glass, though Marco always smiled and said, "The real lesson isn't the glass, it's learning to live now." Well follows. The mountains still stood tall, the rivers still flowed, and storms still came and went. But Marco no longer feared them. He had learned how to quiet his mind, how to live fully in the present, and whenever he saw the sun set behind the mountains, he would close his eyes, smile softly, and remember the old man's words that peace is never lost. It simply waits for us in the silence of the present moment.